Listener, welcome. I want to make sure that before we start this session, that you maintain your mindset in being present. Whatever that's been on your mind over and over and over again, I need you to release it. And I need you to breathe by inhaling and exhaling slowly. And I need you to forgive yourself for allowing yourself to be overwhelmed. I need you to forgive yourself for forgetting who you are as a whole in the collective, as an individual. I just wanted to take that moment because I want you to fully understand the message and not just for the moment. This session will be a bookmark for you, or should I say a audio mark for you where you could come back to. This is not a session where individual just gets the answers passed to them. This is not what this is. This session is to make you aware that you passed a test. When I was starting to get downloads, it was so broad. And as I was receiving the downloads, I said, I'm not going to write it down. I'm not. I'm going to take my time in a way where I feel comfortable, in a way that I don't feel like I am navigating astray from the channeled message. It was just, I said, as I was receiving the downloads, I was like, it has to be one at a time. You've passed the test. And every individual is different. You know what this test is. This is not Find Waldo. This is not guess how many cards I have in my hand. No, you know exactly what test you passed. And I'm being guided not to reveal those downloads because it kind of cancels other people out. This is a session where everyone is involved in the collective: earth, air, fire, and water signs. My test, I passed. Your test, you passed. And everyone else passed their test. What I am getting the approval to say is, you were someone's lesson. It is not your responsibility to get confirmation if they passed their test. And the lesson that you are aware that you were for someone else It's, how do I say this? You were someone's lesson and someone was your lesson. You passed the test. Welcome to SGL Podcast. For those of you who are new, welcome. And just a FYI, we do have a YouTube channel. You can click the YouTube channel handle, or you can click one of the links in the description box. It'll take you right over to the YouTube channel. When you get over there, what you will find is your individual zodiac sign readings as well as collective readings. Make sure that you subscribe so that you can be a part of the success and growth of the channel. Thank you. And you are not obligated, but when you are ready, thank you again. And make sure you follow the podcast so that you'll be notified when readings are being released. Okay? For all inquiries, email spiritualguidinglight@gmail.com. Anything else? It's how you know that you pass a test. If you've asked this question, if your proposal of confirmation, and when I say proposal, I just don't want to say the word prayer. For some reason, I don't want to say the word prayer. Okay? It's like, it's not the question of why is this happening to me or why am I experiencing X, Y, and Z. It's just more so of being obedient to what you have been guided to do, say, operate. And how do I explain this? And this is I'm not talking in parables or anything like that. It's just like you're in more gratitude than ever, despite of the situation, despite of the circumstance, despite of what you don't understand. It's kind of like not just going with the flow, but just like, you know that the outcome is the greater good. And you didn't conform into you didn't conform into the energies that were being projected upon you or that were being targeted towards you. Congratulations, listener. And also, welcome to SGL Podcast. For those of you who have fast forward this pre-recording, hey, welcome. If you want the announcements, you're going to have to kind of rewind. But yeah, welcome. If you don't understand this message, do not force it. Do not force it. I will not say it's not your message. It means that you are seeking when you have already been found. It's like asking a question and the answer's right in front of you. Or you ask a question and you answer your own question. It's kind of like that. But yeah, you passed your test. Okay. If you want to be a spiritual guide in light, definitely share your experience. What downloads that are coming to you for your confirmation of this uplift, this uprise, and this upgrade of you. Okay, which is a beautiful thing, mind, body, and soul. Everyone's experience is not the same. Some people's experience is ugly. Some of you, it's chaotic. Some of you, you're taking, you feel like you're going to take your last breath, but you're realizing that you're still breathing. So you're moving forward and you're saying, I can. I am living, I'm alive, and I am a being, and you're definitely going to thrive. Your story needs to be heard. How you're going to share your story, it's up to you. And that's why you could be a spiritual guide. And like today, you make sure you use the comment section so that, others can resonate with you. Because there's some that are going to channel into this session, listener. And it's going to take someone else's experience and their story and their reflection, their trials and tribulations, their story, for the light bulb to come on and for them to see that themselves was their own test. So that's why I didn't, even though I was receiving so many downloads of areas, I'll just say categories of tests that has been passed, it would have put this session in a position where people would, not listen to the session because they're not resonating. So I was divinely guided to only say, you were a lesson for someone else, and someone was your lesson, and you passed the test. Okay. And so, what additional messages do you have for the listener? So let's just go ahead and see what additional messages. I'm using my I Am deck. You can use these messages as affirmations as well. So what's significant about you passing the test? What is significant about the listener passing their test? Inner strength. Okay. You didn't let your fire out. It's like you were exercising through a burn that was uncomfortable. Some of you have established inner strength. Okay. Where on the outside it may seem like you were weak, but in the inside you had this fire and you didn't give up. So for some of you who are at the verge where you feel weak in some type of way, whether that's mental or, you could be hard on yourself and for some reason you're convinced that you're procrastinating, you're not. It's just you're at a standstill because you need to ignite this inner strength. Leo's energy here. For some of you, it's literally a standstill of you being quiet and allowing, the universe to make its moves to align what needs to be aligned so that you can be able to like, how do I say this? Listener, this inner strength, it's like your perspective of things that may be overwhelming, things that trigger you. It's kind of like this inner strength tames you in some type of way. And others of you speaking this affirmation, you're going to be able to ignite an inner strength within yourself that is going to definitely help you persevere. And so your I Am message for inner strength is, nothing moves me from my path to the light because I have complete confidence in myself. I realize my innate qualities and abilities, and I know that with God, I can do anything, and all the power I need is within me. All right. Yeah, some of you have um, I'm proud of you that you're no longer going to neglect yourself. Okay. It's like you're getting ready to bring you're resurrecting your presence. Yeah. And what is the situation of the listener passing the test, please? What is the situation? What is the situation? Some of you, life is going to flash right before your eyes. You're going to have a lot of deja vus. When I say life is going to flash before your eyes, if your deja vus will feel like slow motion. It's kind of like you'll feel like you've been here before, and you've experienced it already, and it's kind of like you're going to start slowing down. You're going to be more present, you're going to be more present than ever before. Okay? And it feels like this resurrection of you, it's kind of like you're walking away from the old version of, you're resurrecting you to walk away from a version of you. And what message do you have in pertaining to the situation of the listener passing the test? All right, you have learning to love myself. Okay. I'm proud that you are choosing you. I don't know your situation. I don't know your circumstance. I don't know your environment. I don't know what energies that are trying to stay attached to you so that you're unable to see what lacks. But you taking this initiative to say, hey, I'm going to live in loving myself again. All right. This you leading by example is definitely going to raise some white flags, maybe some black flags, maybe some green ones, some red ones, some yellow ones. You know, I want you to look up the meaning of the color of flags. Okay. You're taking back your power, and you're throwing that power back at those who are trying to keep themselves attached to you, to keep you low vibrational, and it's no longer going to work. It's definitely saying that they did not learn their lesson, and they're going to be forced to learn the lesson. And you've passed the test, because as much as you could have been out of character, as much as you could have got out of your divinity, as much as you could have did something impulsive, you did it. Okay? And for those of you who did, it puts you in a position where you realize that you have neglected yourself, and you're taking back authority, and you're stepping into authority. And so the affirmation for learning to love myself, for those of you who are interested, okay, it says, I choose to see the beauty in me. My wealth lies in my nature and potential. I transform my weaknesses into strengths. I realize that I am a being of light, and I allow myself to shine. All right. And what is the outcome or challenge for those who have passed the test? For those of you that it's the challenge is for those of you who are becoming aware that something needs to change, and you didn't know that you were going through a test. You have vitality and voice of heart. Okay, You were making decisions based off your emotions. All right. Someone definitely is a manipulator, and they know how to control you. So it's definitely saying that you're predictable and something needs to change. You need to close the door of your heart, and you're going to need to establish that inner strength, and you're going to have to put yourself forward. All right. This does not put you in a position where you become the target, but no, it puts those who take advantage or mistreat you or abuse you in some type of way. They're now held accountable. Okay. Now with fertility, this is you discovering that you are important. Okay. So you have 2 affirmations here. For those of you, the outcome here is, you're ready to love, but it's a love that no one, it's like you have to teach people how to love you, but I'm trying to be able to explain it. It's like the way you want to be loved. Once you start loving yourself, it's like you're going to teach people how to love you. Okay. So, fertility, it says, I am a being of light. I accept the divine energy in my body, and every one of my cells regenerates. Remember, this is confirmation of resurrecting self, acknowledging what's being resurrected, and walking away from that version. And then we have voice of heart. It says, I silence the fear in me, and I discover the voice of my heart. The fruit of these words guides me, and I trust the song of my soul. My intuition leads me on to the path of light. I'm hearing this saying, there is this saying, may there be the blessing of the reading and the hearing of these words. You no longer have to go through sacrifices that causes you to lose yourself or causes you to feel like you can't move forward. Okay? I'm being guided to tell you it's time for you to walk in the light of I am. Okay? I'm also being guided to tell you to walk in your light. Your light has its own, it's like, you know how auras have its color? Like your light has its own color. There's this light. I just want you to know that, your guides, they check up on you. They're closer than you think. And don't let go of knowing that you are someone, you are somebody, you are part of the collective earth, air, fire, and water signs. And you no longer have to serve darkness. Now you are serving the light. And I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but for some of you, the test that you've passed is harmony. I love you. Don't forget, love is kind, love is gentle. Till we meet again.